Well, we're day 3 of fall camp for us, so today was the first day of sales. What we've been able to witness firsthand is our recruiting is starting to pay off. So last season we came in, the 3 of us got hired. I was hired in February, got these guys full time probably in June. I was able to secure a class last year of 107 student athletes after signing day and way through May and June. Last season's team, we went 5-1 in the developmental year. This year, with a full year of recruiting and having a full staff development, we were able to sign another 111 young men, retain about 40, so we have a roster right now of about 152. And you can see the difference in the kind of young men we brought in that we've been able to recruit for an entire year. And our returners have done a fantastic job of showing them the standards and cultures and the ways we do everything here for Mountaineer football. So for this year, this was day 3, and we were just joking as a staff earlier. Last week in practice, we used static stretch. Last year, it took about 15 minutes to get them lined up the way we wanted it. Today, they got it done like instantaneously because we had so much leadership from the kids from last year's team showing the young kids the ropes. So this time last year, I had 8 coaches on our staff that had never worked together, 107 players that never played college football. And so there was a lot of teaching going on from a lot of different sides, different aspects, from offensive, defense, kicking game, just how to run a college football program. And on top of a university that hadn't had football in 70 years, there was a lot of teaching going on, a lot of learning going on. Fast forward 365 days, it's night and day where we're at right now. We're excited about the opportunity September 5th to play at Antler Stadium against Austin College at 6 p.m. Hope you guys win.
Okay, we'll open it up now for media. And Coach, what does success look like from year 1 in varsity competition for Schreiner Football?
Success is, are we better day 1 than we were day 2? Are we better day 2 or day 3 than we were day 2? So I'm looking for our young men to fight, persevere, but the biggest thing is, are we getting better? Are we a better football team week 11 than we were week 5? And that's how we're going to get, that's how we're going to gain success here. Is are we maximizing the talent and the abilities of our student athletes, and are they growing and maturing on and off the field?
Yeah. Obviously, you're not just coaching the team. You're obviously just building a program here. Just what's been the biggest challenge over the past year or so?
When we use the word challenge, we'll talk about the word opportunity, just to be able to establish a culture not only within a football program, but within a university and athletic department in the community. And the greatest thing is we're in a great community, and a great university that supports us and wants us to thrive and do well. So it's an exciting time for us. Sometimes as the head coach is starting up a program from scratch, there's a lot of weight on your shoulders if you let it be. But the greatest thing I got going for me is I hired a fantastic staff, and these guys have taken the bulls by the horn. You can see to the left and right of me, David Jones and Shane Hallmark, experienced head coaches in high school football in Texas. Great minds, great work ethic. We're a lot alike. So once they kind of worked with me for a while and understood what I wanted, they've been fantastic. So having this staff together is amazing. I mean, sitting at this table, you guys got to understand, we have over 500 career coached games and over 300 victories as head coaches. So that's a lot of experience. And there's not another team in the ASC that has that many head coaching games under their belt. Especially not even the head coaching games too. So I take pride in the staff that God's blessed us to put in this team, and I take pride in how God's blessed our roster. The coaching staff we have at this university for a startup program is phenomenal. The young men we've been able to attract and recruit to this university has been outstanding. And I believe you can see God's hand.
What's been the biggest change from the developmental season to preseason now? Have you retained most of the kids that were here last year, and what role do they play?
Well, so the biggest thing is the retention we do would be about 50%. That's pretty much well documented as startup programs when you have a heavy freshman class. So we're right about where we needed to be, or right where we thought we would be. It might have been a shock to some people within the university administration, but the blip that we see is what was expected. So, but the group of young men, I can't emphasize this enough, that those guys have done everything we've asked them to do. They've worked their tails off, they've bought in, They want to see this thing succeed. You know, the type of kid we're getting in this program is the kid that wants to build something, a legacy, and be able to say, I built that. And those kids are doing that. So we challenge them this offseason, we challenge them over the summer. We've worked to develop a core group of leaders that are leading this program, because if it's coach speak, it's a rule, right? It's martial law. But if it comes from player to player, that's a culture. And what you're seeing is our young men developing a culture on this program. So what we see is at the growth from year 0 to year 1, if you want to call it that, is how much they know our expectations, how they bought into the culture and standards, and now they're molding the new guys to it. And again, the new kids that we've signed, we call OKs, our kind of guys. We've been talking to these young men that we've recruited since last August. So we have almost a year with most of these kids, knowing exactly what our expectations are. And they're bought in, otherwise they want to come to Schreiner University. There's 50 universities in the state of Texas play college football and 770 in the nation, so they chose us.
What's been the recruitment, geography? What is it mostly Texas that you recruited from, or what is the?
It's 100% Texas. We have all Texans. There's no need to leave the state. There's no need to go out of the state.
Does that surprise you? Not even having anybody maybe from Florida or Oklahoma or Alabama?
Not for Division III as a startup program. We can go to our back door to San Antonio and just recruit San Antonio and have enough good football players. But we have great connections in Houston. We have great connections in Austin areas, Corpus Christi, and Dallas. And we're going to recruit the urban areas really well. And we're going to recruit West Texas and the Hill Country as well. And if you look at our roster, one of the things the administrator said was, because they weren't putting the dots together, they're like, there's a lot of kids from Houston this year. And then what I did is I laid out a map of every address of every football player we signed and gave it to them to see the dot map. And they're like, oh, we've got Houston recruiting more kids from Houston because football's there. So we spend time in the big major areas. I'll send my entire staff out to Houston. We'll match with Houston for a week. Do the exact same thing in San Antonio, the exact same thing in Austin and Corpus this year.
Coach Jones, can I ask a question, Coach Jones? I would say that you were well known for offensive playmaking and innovation. Going to this level, what's it been like to recruit and then to put some of these kids on the field offensively?
Well, it's been different. High school, you have what you have, and you adapt and you adjust. The fun part of being here in college, you recruit to match your system. You recruit guys that you want to coach. You recruit guys that you feel like will fit in the university and buy into what you're really trying to build and develop. It's been a lot of fun. It's been enjoyable. You get to talk to high school coaches. You get to talk to high school football players. You get to visit with parents that are vested interest in their son's future. And it has been absolutely a blast to get involved in it and do what I'm doing.
How's the speed?
Coach Allen, everything up, it's fast. So we're running. We're running and we're keeping up. So it's one gear, one speed, it's full speed ahead. We're going to find kids that can play the game, and we're going to do the program that fits us. And we're aligned in what we want to do. He's run the same system that we're running together, so it's a perfect match.
On the defensive side, I thought when I saw you last year, there was a lot of playmakers defensively, especially in the Texas Lutheran game. Tell us about the defensive side this season.
It's a lot bigger.
Okay.
Screaming yelling for 3 days.
They better be working, right? I mean, that's a job.
But I just feel like we're a lot bigger, more physical, faster. We're able to recruit guys who want that fit our system, like David said. And I think that's critical if you get that fit. I know what I want on a defensive player. I know what I want about position. And not that it's any better than anybody else's, but it's what I know and what I can share with my staff and how we can develop them that way. So I expect them to get better every day, and I think we're going to have a formidable defense when it's all said and done.
Coach Jones, who are some players on the offense that readers should know this year?
I tell you one thing, I don't really have any names that have stood out there. All those great kids. They all have an opportunity to compete. They have an opportunity to become starters. They were told last year, Coach Allen made it very clear what the expectations were. And they've all come in. We don't have a starter at any position right now. It's a wide open group of 11. We'll find the best 11. We'll put them out there. But it is a lot of fun watching kids compete, knowing that there's some guys right next to them that can play the game. And it's going to make us better. It's going to challenge them daily, and they're going to improve daily.
Now, if it was already asked, I apologize, but back on, you said today was day one, right?
No, today was day 3. First
Today
day
was day
sales.
three.
First day
Okay,
we
well,
put
by, it was in pads?
Yes, sir.
So how did that go? Did you see the results of your off-season program and stuff kind of?
What I saw mainly, and these guys probably reiterated, is the size and the strength of the kids we recruited, plus the off-season development of the kids we've already had showed up. We saw a lot of kids, we got a lot of reps. I mean, the only thing we'll promise a student athlete is an opportunity. And the only way we can give them an opportunity is get them on film and get reps. So we got a lot of reps today. We're in the process of trying to still watch the film right now. And we got coaches watching it as we were in here. But the physicality was great. The effort, the tempo was great. Now, is that the new Carson Over that was first day in pads, or is that going to keep continue? That's what we got to find out from the young men, because anybody can do anything great one time. But can we stack these types of days so we can get a great evaluation? But the biggest thing I've noticed was we had 4 groups going, right? So we had a lot of reps. We're coaching 4 different groups going like bang, 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 bang. We call it waterfall. So we can watch them. And the level of competition is going to make us a better team.
Okay. Any additional questions? Any comments?